Everyone has a favorite fruit, whether it's apples, blueberries, oranges, or grapes. But have you ever thought about how we get these fruits? The truth is, most of them wouldn't be available without the migrant laborers in the U.S.
Migrant laborers are people who have come to the U.S. from Mexico to work for a certain produce season. A lot of them are concentrated in the southwest United States, but recently they have been expanding to the southern states of Georgia, Alabama, and north to Minnesota and Pennsylvania.
Many people are unaware of the work that these migrant laborers do and the problems they face. It is not an easy job because of all the manual labor. An example of this is picking strawberries. It requires the workers to bend over all day, so they are nicknamed the La Fruta del Diablo, which means the devil's fruit.
For all the hard work they do not get paid barely anything. For every dollar that a crop is sold, 20 cents goes to the farmer, while only 6 cents goes to the actual farm worker. This leaves them with very little money to live a decent life. Also, some are illegal immigrants, which means they are not eligible for any health benefits.
Because of their lack of income, they do not get the health services that they need. From their exposure of pesticides in the field, it causes some problems that they are not able to get treated for. Some of the effects of pesticides are cancer and birth defects.
Another effect of their low income is poor living conditions. They have poor nutrition, poor sanitation, and overcrowding in their houses. Most of the time, migrant workers live in what we would consider to be shacks. Some are forced to live in rental apartments or even out of their car, which means that they do not have proper access to bathing facilities.
This problem with migrant workers affects the whole family. Some parents leave their kids in Mexico with other family members or friends, so they are not cared for by their actual parents. If the kids do come to the U.S. with their parents, they are often forced to work the fields and do not go to school. Only 1 out of 10 migrant children graduate from high school.
Our group has discussed the issues associated with the migrant workers and have decided that there is no easy solution for their problems. It is such a widespread issue in the U.S. that it can't just be stopped. There is no quick fix to the problems associated with the work because it does not generate enough cash to be a priority.
If problems were addressed, many of the workers would simply be sent home because they are here illegally.
The U.S. will not do anything about these workers because they do benefit our country. Few Americans want to take the jobs of these migrant workers, and they would demand more money and benefits than the Hispanics do.
Although some migrant workers compare their lives to being in jail, they too realize how important they are.
Eduardo, a Latino day worker, said, "We're like a tiny little screw in a very expensive watch. No one pays attention to the screw, but if suddenly, after all the abuse, all the mistreatment, the little screw wears out, then the whole watch will break down."